The Ogun State House of Assembly on Friday passed a bill and 3 resolutions nullifying all appointments and financial agreements made by the Ibikunle Amosun administration between February 1 and May 28. The lawmakers unanimously passed resolutions suspending the elevation of 75 traditional rulers by ex-Governor Ibikunle Amosun recently. The Assembly also passed a resolution directing the new Dapo Abiodun government to dissolve all local government areas and local council development areas in the state. The Speaker, Siraju Adikunbi, also announced the appointment of Olasola Sanuga as the new Majority Leader of the House. The passage of the bill titled HBO 47 UG 2019 Nullification of Irregularities Amendment Law 2019 at plenary followed the suspension of the Assembly's Standing Orders 45 to 48 to allow for the consecutive second and third reading of the bill. The Deputy Speaker, Ibikunle Amosun, said the bill was an amendment to the one earlier passed by the Assembly at the inception of the Ibikunle Amosun government to reverse all irregularities, especially on the over 2,000 workers employed by the Benga Daniel administration a few months to the inception of the immediate past government. In their separate submissions, members, including Oluomo, Akinpeluena, Oludare Kadiri, Jeremiah Kingbade, Adebowale Ojiri, Jimmy Adekoya and Akinbi Bankal said the last-minute appointments, upgrading and employment by the last administration did not follow due process. Related slideshow, news and pictures provided by photo services. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu, c. Pakistani Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi, r. and Malaysia's Foreign Minister Saifuddin Abdullah posed for a photo during the Turkey-Malaysia-Pakistan Trilateral Foreign Ministers meeting in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, on May 30, 2019. A member of Iraqi security forces inspects the site of a bomb attack in Kirkuk, Iraq, on May 31, 2019. A gale of wind lifts Pope Francis's cassock and covers his face, as he boards a plane to leave for a 3-day trip to Romania, on May 31, 2019. Belarus Prime Minister Syar Hirumaz speaks with his Russian counterpart Dmitry Medvedev ahead of a meeting of the Commonwealth of Independent States Council of the Heads of States in Ashgabat, Turkmenistan, on May 31, 2019. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi gestures towards supporters after his oath during a swearing-in ceremony in New Delhi, India, on May 30, 2019. U.S. President Donald Trump speaks to the media as he departs for Colorado from the White House in Washington, D.C., U.S., on May 30, 2019. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, r. shakes hands with senior White House advisor Jared Kushner during their meeting in Jerusalem on May 30, 2019. Supporters of the hardline Buddhist monk Ashenworth pray at Shwedagon Pagoda in Yangon, Myanmar, on May 30, 2019, following his arrest warrant on charge of sedition. Kuwait's Emir Sabah al-Ahmad al-Jaber al-Sabah and Saudi Arabia's King Salman listened to Tunisian President Beji Caid Essebsi during a group photo session ahead of an emergency summit in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, on May 30, 2019. King Salman opened an emergency summit of Gulf Arab leaders with a call for the international community to use all means to confront Iran. Bhutta also said the kingdom extends its hand for peace. Iranian leader Ali Khamenei makes a speech during his meeting with university instructors in Tehran, Iran, on May 30, 2019. Newly appointed interim chancellor Brigitte Bierlein speaks as Austrian President Alexander van der Bellen looks on in Vienna, Austria, on May 30, 2019. James Marape, is sworn in as the new Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea by Governor-General Bob Dada in Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, on May 30, 2019. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky attends a meeting with Foreign Ministers Heiko Maas II of Germany and Jean-Yves Le Drian of France in Kiev, Ukraine, on May 30, 2019. Attendees react during the eulogy for Kenyan author and LGBT activist Binyavanga Wainaina, who died in Nairobi last week at the age of 48 during a memorial service in Nairobi, Kenya, on May 30, 2019. Prime Minister of Slovakia, Peter Pellegrini, meets Serbian Prime Minister Ana Brnabic in Belgrade, Serbia, on May 30, 2019. President of the European Commission Jean-Claude Juncker speaks to President of Lithuania Dalia Grybauskaitė during the Charlemagne Prize coronation ceremony in Aachen, Germany, on May 30, 2019. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina delivers a speech during the 25th International Conference on the Future of Asia in Tokyo, Japan, on May 30, 2019. Cardinal Joseph Coutts sits with Christians and Muslims as they break their fast at the premises of the St. Jude's Church during the holy month of Ramadan in Karachi, Pakistan, on May 29. Former President of Georgia Mikhail Saakashvili is welcomed by his supporters as he returns to Ukraine in Borispol Airport on May 29, 2019. He was given citizenship back by the Ukraine's new President Volodymyr Zelensky. A cobbler makes traditional Kusa shoes ahead of the Eid al-Fitr festival marking the end of holy fasting month of Ramadan, in Karachi, Pakistan, on May 28, 2019. U.S. President Donald Trump is escorted by Japan's Emperor Naruhito during a welcome ceremony at the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, Japan, on May 27, 2019. Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, receives Lieutenant General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan Abdul Rahman of Sudan, the presidential airport in Abu Dhabi, UAE on May 26, 2019. Plastic bags seen hanging on branches during a protest called March of Plastic Bags outside the Kiev City Hall in Kiev, Ukraine, on May 26, 2019. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh, finance advisor to Prime Minister Imran Khan, gestures during a press conference, next to Special Assistant to the Prime Minister for Information and Broadcasting Firdaus Ashiqawan, in Islamabad, Pakistan, on May 25, 2019. Venezuela's opposition leader and self-proclaimed interim president Juan Guaido greets supporters at a rally in Carora, Venezuela, on May 25, 2019. Christian Orthodox believers demonstrate near the Romanian Orthodox Patriarchy headquarters in Bucharest, Romania, on May 25, 2019, during a protest against the upcoming visit of Pope Francis to Romania, scheduled from May 31 to June 2. Worshippers pray during the holy fasting month of Ramadan in front of the Kaaba, the cubic building at the Grand Mosque, in the holy city of Mecca, Saudi Arabia, on May 25, 2019. Papua New Guinea Prime Minister Peter O'Neill, and Member of Parliament Julius Chan, attend an event in Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, on May 26, 2019. O'Neill announced his resignation, making way for Julius Chan to return as Prime Minister, local media reported. Migrants line up to get on a police bus after they disembarked from an Armed Forces of Malta patrol boat at its base in Marsamxett Harbour, Valletta, Malta, on May 25, 2019. People demonstrate against a possible legislation reigning in the Supreme Court which could grant Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu immunity from prosecution if he faces corruption charges. In Tel Aviv, Israel, on May 25, 2019. A right-wing protest on the streets of Dortmund, Germany, on May 25, 2019. Relatives of prisoners killed during clashes at a jail in Nicaragua, Venezuela, wait outside a hospital on May 25, 2019. At least 29 prisoners were killed and 19 police personnel wounded in clashes on May 24 as special forces tried to stop a massive prison break. People walk in a market in front of a banner of Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi in Cairo, Egypt, on May 24, 2019. Iraq's President Barham Saleh meets with Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif in Baghdad, Iraq, on May 25, 2019. Sri Lankan army personnel carry out a special cordon and search operation 5 weeks after the Easter bomb attacks in Mutegoda, Sri Lanka, on May 25, 2019. Iraqi Kurdish Peshmerga officers take part in the graduation ceremony in the Kurdish town of Sorin, Iraq, on May 25, 2019. People take part in the March for Life, 4th annual anti-abortion march, in Zagreb, Croatia, on May 25, 2019. Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa arrives for the swearing-in ceremony of Cyril Ramaphosa in Pretoria, South Africa, on May 25, 2019. People attend a protest against Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić and his government in Belgrade, Serbia, on May 25, 2019. Latvian Prime Minister Artūrs Krišjānis Kariņš casts his vote during the European Parliament election in Riga, Latvia, on May 25, 2019. A yellow vest protester walks past riot police officers in Paris, France, on May 25, 2019. Yellow vest protests are taking place for the 28th consecutive week to challenge President Emmanuel Macron's economic policies. Presidential candidate Alberto Fernandez of the Unidad Ciudadana Citizen Unity gestures to supporters during a rally in Merlo, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on May 25, 2019. A man arrives to vote in the European Parliament election at a polling station in Rome, Italy, on May 26, 2019. Mountaineer Kamirita Sherpa, who broke his own world record for the most Everest summits, waves towards relatives and media after arriving at Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu, Nepal, on May 25, 2019. Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif, 4th L, meets Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan in Islamabad, Pakistan, on May 24, 2019. People marched towards Plaza de Mayo protesting police violence that killed 4 teenagers in San Miguel del Monte, Buenos Aires Province, Argentina, on May 24, 2019. Sadiq al-Kaheli, the interim Speaker of the Libyan Parliament, visits the headquarters of the House of Representatives after it was targeted by a rocket in Tripoli, Libya, on May 24, 2019. Bangladeshi garment workers demonstrate in Dhaka, Bangladesh, on May 24, 2019. Different garments workers' organization staged a demonstration to demand salary increases and a festival bonus. Before Eid al-Fitr, students protest President Jair Bolsonaro's environmental policies in front of the National Congress in Brasilia, Brazil, on May 24, 2019. Russia's Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev and Belarus Prime Minister Syar Hirumas shake hands during a meeting in Moscow, Russia, on May 24. U.S. President Donald Trump leaves the Oval Office to speak to the media before boarding Marine One for Japan at the White House in Washington, D.C., U.S., on May 24, 2019. Worshippers attend the third weekly Friday sermon and prayers during the holy month of Ramadan at a mosque in Khartoum, Sudan, on May 24, 2019. UN High Commissioner for Refugees Filippo Grandi speaks during an interview with AFP in Yangon, Myanmar, on May 24, 2019. Student protesters hold up placards and shout slogans during the Global Strike for Future demonstration aiming to spark world leaders into action on climate change near the Cabinet of Ministers in Kiev, Ukraine, on May 24, 2019. Czech Prime Minister Andrej Babis casts his ballot during the European Parliament election at a polling station in Prague, Czech Republic, on May 24, 2019. Venezuelan opposition leader and self-proclaimed interim president Juan Guaido speaks during plenary to present his National Reconstruction Project country plan in Caracas, Venezuela, on May 24, 2019. Security officials examined the site of a blast at a mosque on the outskirts of Quetta, Pakistan, on May 24, 2019. Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif meets Pakistani Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi in Islamabad, Pakistan, on May 24, 2019. Iraqi followers of Shiite Muslim cleric Muqtada al-Sadr wave national flags and raise protest signs against involvement in any conflict between Iran and the United States in Baghdad, Iraq. On May 24, 2019. Croatia's Prime Minister Andrej Plenković gives a speech during the last pre-European elections meeting of the European People's Party in Munich, Germany, on May 24, 2019. Lithuanian presidential candidate, economist Gitanas Nausėda and his wife Diana Nausėda arrived to cast their ballots during an early vote, 2 days ahead of the second round of presidential election, in Vilnius, Lithuania, on May 24, 2019. Smoke plumes billow following reported Syrian government forces bombardment in the southern countryside of the largely jihadist-controlled region of Idlib, Syria, on May 24, 2019. They also submitted that all financial transactions with any financial institution done by the administration not approved by the Assembly should not be honored by the Dabo Abiodun government. The lawmakers urged all the chairmen to hand over government property in their custody to the most senior officer in their agencies. The Assembly, however, directed all council political office holders to hand over to the head of local government administration in their councils and LCDAs. It urged council chairmen and other leaders to appear before the House on June 7 to defend the allegations of gross misconduct and misappropriation of public funds leveled against them. Meanwhile, Abiodun on Friday promised to announce the official date for the payment of salary to the workers in the next 2 days. The governor said this during a Thanksgiving ceremony at Egba Central Mosque, Kobiti in Abeokuta as part of the activities marking his inauguration on Wednesday. He decried non-payment of salaries and allowances to workers by the state government, promising to clear the backlog of debts his government inherited. He said, "I will ensure I pay all my workers as and when due. I am going to announce in the next 2 days when I will be paying salary every month, and it will not fail whether I get allocation from Abuja or not."